Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, man. Let's talk about Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. It's a rumor going out there they could fight on December 23rd in Saudi Arabia. I think it's the same place where Fury and Ngannou fought in separate bouts. And then next year, they'll fight sometime. So you hear Wilder saying he wanted to sit down with Anthony Joshua and have a conversation. Apparently, I don't know if they Skyped, did they talk, or whatever situation may be, but they both may come back in December, and Beeble may also be on the card. So, you know, people talking about how Beeble didn't fight this calendar year. Now it look like Beeble may get on the calendar. So, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Check out the Heavyweight Boxing Talk playlist, check out the Box Room playlist. So we still may get some boxing December 23rd. It kind of was a letdown because a lot of people was looking forward towards Usyk and Fury, and I'm going to talk about Usyk and Fury too, for December 23rd. And now we in a situation where at least we might get Anthony Joshua coming back against Deontay Wilder. Now, one of the guys that Anthony Joshua could fight could be Philip Parkovich. That's been a name that's been associated with Anthony Joshua for quite some time, right? That'll put him in a position to be the IBF mandatory, but I don't know if that's still going to be a thing, because does he, at this point, does he care about being the IBF mandatory, because he'll be fighting Deontay Wilder regardless? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. You hear Zhang saying that, Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua refused to send an offer. Zhang trying to get the big fight. Andy Ruiz, kind of said that, he kind of could be ready for Deontay Wilder, but he had another surgery. So he talking about he need a tune-up. So I don't even know if he will go into a fight with Zhang. But if Zhang is on that card versus Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder, I'm watching it. I'm definitely going to be watching it. I want to see Zhang versus Wilder. I think that's one of the best fights in the heavyweight division. I mean, Anthony Joshua too, because we know Zhang can crack, and I feel like he beat Philip Parkovich, and they robbed him blind. All right. So I mean, I think either or it's a good fight. And Deontay Wilder, you think about, they probably want to put him in both bouts that they gonna win. So, Anthony Joshua, could he beat Philip Parkovich? Absolutely. It was sparring footage out there, Parkovich getting the best of Wilder, but then again, that's sparring. So, Eddie Hearn try to, kill two birds with one stone, pay two fighters and put them on the same card. So, I guess, in the fans' mind, you don't want to match them too tough and then one of them lose. You got to understand, Wilder ain't been in the ring for over a year. And when he did get in the ring, he didn't even go 3 minutes with, Robert Helenius. Anthony Joshua been fairly active, so obviously, naturally, he probably want to be, you probably want to see him kind of step it up in the right direction as far as going in there versus tougher opposition. So that's the thing about that. But when you sit there and you talk about Deontay Wilder, he ain't been in the ring in over a year, and he ain't been around since he fought Tyson Fury. I think that was what? Was that 2022, 2021? So it's been a few years since he went some rounds. But, with them both possibly being on the same card, then fighting each other next year, I mean, in my mind, I think the contingency plan is this, man. That's why I'm going to talk about Fury and Usyk. I think if Fury and Usyk don't fight, then they just going to put Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder in that place. Just look at how they just did this fight. Usyk and Fury was supposed to fight December 23rd. And now they didn't, because Fury had a tougher fight with Francis Ngannou. And now look what they doing now. They putting Wilder and Joshua in two separate bouts to supplement that fight card. So there you have it. There you have it. So I can definitely see that being the case, and where they sit there and they basically say, hey, this don't, if Fury and Usyk fall through, then we can do this. And at the end of the day, I mean, I'm happy, bro. And I'm gonna talk about how people say how Usyk, they don't think Fury gonna make it to the ring versus Usyk and all that, man. I hope that ain't the case, but he a con man. And you hate to say kind of some of the things they say about gypsies, man. I don't know much about them. I just hear some of the UK brothers and sisters speak on it. But I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get in the house. but yeah, with Fury and with Usyk, I'm gonna speak on that in a minute. But you know, yeah, like I said before, could be one step closer to getting Joshua and Wilder. I think you can match Joshua a little bit tougher if you want because he's been active. But you know, how tough you want to match Deontay Wilder being off for a year? So, you know, but I'm not. And I also wonder if Chris Eubanks and Conor Benn is still gonna be fighting December 23rd too. That's a great question. Then who is Dimitri Bivol gonna try to fight now? Bivol saying that he ain't getting the Canelo rematch. It sounds like he kind of want to fight Arthur Beterbiev. They came face to face for Francis Ngannou and the Fury fight, and then Beterbiev said he didn't want to fight. That Bivol do nothing but lie and all that stuff, and he ain't really trying to squabble or nothing like that. So, you know, with Bivol not having that many options, now, get a fight, and then, maybe they talking about June, or he want to do it in June or July. They come back and actually have a serious fight. So they actually fight and get that over with. That should have been happening. I just don't understand. Some of these dudes asking for, well, we got to wait to get some more money. I need more money. And I understand top tier fights should get more money, and they should get what they deserve and all that type stuff. But, at the same time, man, everybody ain't gonna get top dollar for their services. These dudes think, oh, you fight one big fight, then it's rolling from there. A lot of them dudes had that big fight and they ready to retire. Mayweather had a big fight versus De La Hoya. He had a fight, and then he kind of like retired after that, but then he had to come back, because he needed the money. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to keep going and going and going. And Mayweather would have stopped fighting after he fought like Ricky Hatton or something like that. He'd have never made $100, $250 million. This is why you got to get these big fights out the way right now, so you can get to the bigger bags. A lot of these dudes don't understand how boxing works. They trying to reinvent the wheel, and it ain't working. But at the same time, I'm guessing if Fury and Usyk don't fight, then Wilder and Joshua is going to probably take that February date. Now, they supposed to be coming back in February, and Usyk kind of saying that he hoped Tyson Fury stay in shape in between time, and he hope he make it to the ring. Everybody pretty much got a feeling that Tyson Fury ain't going to make that fight. Everybody feel like Tyson Fury going to pull out that fight. He never wanted that fight. I'm telling y'all. He never wanted to get in there and squabble with Alexander Usyk. And now Usyk saying, well, I hope he stay in shape. And I'm ready. I was ready to fight in December, even though it was rumors that he kind of was like injured or whatever. He was injured. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a heel from the Du Bois fight still. So, it is what it is. But I feel that everybody got the feeling that Tyson Fury ain't gonna make it. I think everybody feel the same way that Tyson Fury ain't gonna make it to that ring come December. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna make it to that ring. And for the most part, that's unfortunate. But, you just never know. He healing, he resting, and then you talking about coming back November, December, January, less than probably 4 months later, because February is a short month. So how fast he gonna heal, how fast he gonna enjoy himself, and then how fast he gonna get back into the ring. So you probably thinking hopefully at least March, and they probably want to do it before Ramadan. That's kind of ideally what you're thinking of, but they said February, so them bruises and cuts kind of heal pretty fast. But then again, when you got scar tissue and you got repetitive cuts and bruises in same areas, they don't heal as fast, especially when you getting older. So but I don't expect to see, if Fury do fight Usyk, I don't expect to see the same Usyk that fought Francis Ngannou. I expect to see the best Usyk. He's very erratic with his performances. You just never know what you're gonna get from him. But one thing in them Deontay Wilder performances, he showed you when he got to get up consistently, he got up consistently. I wouldn't say consistent because after the first fight, a lot of people felt like he lost to Otto Wallin. So he's a very inconsistent performer. And I just think that boiled down to lack of focus. Even versus Chisora, was that the Chisora fight or the Dillian White fight I'm talking about? He looked terrible in that fight. Hey, they were trying to say, oh, he's lightning fat. Dude looked like a tub of, he looked terrible in that fight. But then again, that's Dillian White. You ain't got to look the greatest for Dillian White. But dog looked terrible in that fight. No cap. He looked terrible. But you know, that was what it was. That was what it was. Man, every light be trying to catch me in the D today, bro. But so I mean, we gotta wait and see. But I think if Fury and Usyk don't make that fight, I think at that point Joshua and Wilder gonna slide into that fight day. And Saudi Arabia just got them as backups. Now, do I expect to see them on the same card? Absolutely not. I think a little pride get involved when you got to be the undercard to somebody. I think a lot of them dudes a little bit prideful about that. But yeah, look like we might get Joshua and Wilder at least. You know, Wilder been sitting on the shelf for a long ass time. You know, I know Showtime was tired of paying him his $20 million minimum. They was like, we ain't paying it no more. When they refuse to pay you that amount of money or money like that, they wouldn't want to pay Jamal Charlo neither because they're not bringing a return. They lose the money. You know, so that's just the gist of it. But hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, word drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Just hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere. Peace.